All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're back up here. We are at Jimmy Britt up here, and this is the Jeep dealership. We got a whole bunch of new Rams that are here, and we're just wandering around taking a look at stuff. But what we want to talk about today is this brand loyalty stuff that we are hearing, this new stuff that's happening in the brand loyalty world. New information is out from S&P Global. Okay, sorry, I'm also watching what people are doing here. There's some people here on the lot. I'm just checking to see where they're going and what they're doing and kind of what's happening here with some of this stuff going on. So 51% brand loyalty is where we are at today. It is down. In 2020, brand loyalty was at 55%. So what does this mean? What does that mean? I'll tell you where they all stand at because it's kind of interesting. But it means that people are no longer as loyal as they are once before, which is a good thing, because if you were a diehard Toyota guy or a diehard Ford guy, and you just always had that attitude, I'm only buying Ford, well, you're missing out on a lot of new options and things that are available to you and what's going on and what can be happening there. Hang on a second. Okay, he's putting keys in a box. Okay, sorry. Again, just keeping an eye on stuff here. But so with that loyalty, with it being less and less, it gives people the options to go to different brands. And it also creates more competition because these brands no longer, if Ford doesn't have that loyalty people that they can count on coming back, or Toyota does not have that loyalty, then they have to work harder to earn the people that are coming to them. So there's all these catch-22s in it and things that you got to take into consideration. We got some new Gladiators on the lot right here. Very nice to see. We're going to actually check those. I'm sure there's still 2025s, but look at that right there, and love the Willys. So where are these at? What is brand loyalty at currently for each of these manufacturers? Well, we have the list. We'll take a look at it. What do we got? 2025 right there, $55,000. Nice. So, and again, keep in mind, this is a $40,000 truck in reality. That's what these are going for, $43,000. So Ford's brand loyalty for Ford, 59.4% for Ford. That is where they're at now. All of these companies are down. Like I said, they're down about 5%, some more than others. But right now, brand loyalty for Ford, people that are going to keep coming back to Ford, 59.4%. Chevy, 58.2% for Chevy. Honda, 56.5%. Toyota, 56.3%. You would have thought that would have been higher for Toyota. Wouldn't you have thought that was kind of shocking how low Toyota is, that, comparatively, when Toyota's got that cult following, they are actually less than Ford, less than Chevy, and right on par with Honda. Toyota coming in at 56.3%. Subaru, 55.5% is where Subaru is coming in at. Nissan is at 51.7%. Now, all of these ones we mentioned are 50% or higher, meaning that for every two people that buy one of them is coming back to buy another one. That is a very big deal. Okay, that's pretty impressive. That means a lot to companies. Now, which ones are below that line? GMC is at 46.7%. Okay, I think a lot of people, what that means is that they like GMC, they're buying it, but then they realize, you know what, I paid a lot of money for that truck with features in it that I probably don't need anymore, and they're probably going to Chevy. That's my guess. Again, just assuming. Now, also, when we get into these next two, you got to keep in mind that they are also based on the fact of vehicles that are available. Now, every brand that we have mentioned offers what they call the compact utility market. They all have something in the compact utility market. Now, these other ones do not. And actually, the biggest growing segment right now where everybody is switching to, the fastest growing segment is the compact utility. So that's the little SUVs, RAV4s. Okay, things like that. Ford Escape, these kind of things. Subaru Crosstrek. These are the things that are the highest demand vehicles out there. Jeep Compass now returning. Okay, we have the Compass that's back now. These kind of things like this these are prime where people are trying to get into. And then we have Jeep. Jeep is down at below GMC at 40.2. 40.2 are returning to Jeep. Now, a lot of people seem to think that, well, that's because of the Gladiator and Wrangler. Not really. Okay, the biggest sellers are the other vehicles that Jeep has. But if it's 40.2 for Jeep. Ram Ram trucks, 32.5. Okay, so people are like, see, I told you Ram is garbage, Ram is junk. Ram does not offer anything other than trucks. Ford is a brand that offers 15 models. Toyota offers 22 different vehicles. Ram offers 2 vehicles, a 1500 and an HD. That is all Ram offers. So you do got to take that into consideration. So a lot of people, are leaving this truck world today. They're leaving it in droves and going to other vehicles for the cost factor. So I thought it was pretty interesting to see that and put the reality into it. But brand loyalty, it is now officially, for the first time ever, it is basically right at 50%. And it just keeps going down. When you look at the S&P Global, it just keeps going down and down and down and down. And that is a huge factor in a win column and a huge factor in a negative column. Negative for these brands, that, like I said, what comes to mind is Ford and Toyota. Ford has more recalls. They've tripled their last record of recalls already. I mean, they're well over 100 recalls in 1 year. No auto company's ever done that before. No company's ever even hit like 60, I think, was the max before max in a whole year. And we still got months to go. And they're like I said, they're sinking with the recalls. But yet they're banking on Ford returning people. Well, that returning customer, they're starting to die off and they're starting to get out of the market. Okay, the baby boomer generation is no longer buying a ton of new cars. My generation, I'm 51 years old, almost 52 years old. I'm at that point now where there's a lot of people my age, they're looking at it going, I'm gonna buy 1 or 2 more cars. Or they're looking at it going, you know what, I'm only a few years away from retirement. I plan on retiring at 62. I'm gonna buy 1 more new car now, and then after that, I'm just gonna buy used because I won't have the money because I'll be retired. Okay, they're starting to wash out of that market too. What's coming into the market? What do these brands have to deal with coming into the market? The 20-something-year-olds right now. Okay, the 18-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, the people, the first-time car buyers, and guess what? Most of them won't even get a license. They're like, no, screw this. I'm not dealing with these ridiculous prices, stupid insurance, the cost of it. They're like, no, I got my phone. I have my phone, I just click on the Uber app and they come and get me. I take my scooter wherever I need to. I take public scooters. I walk out of my downtown apartment and I step on a road and right there's 12 scooters lined up. Beep, I tap my credit card and I get on it and I go wherever I need to go, do whatever I got to do. And if I need something else, and then grab a taxi and I'm good to go. So, like I said, these numbers, this brand loyalty is going to go lower and lower and lower because the people that are going to buy cars are going to be looking for the deals. Hyundai was up tremendously. I don't remember what it was. I should have wrote it down. But Hyundai is actually gaining in these kind of things. Kia gaining in these kind of things. Why? Because they're offering some pretty unique deals on some pretty affordable cars. Vehicles like the Chevy Trax skyrocketing in that kind of thing. Equinox was the highest returning value vehicle on the entire list in that S&P Global thing. They had 42.7%, it was 42-point-something% of Equinox buyers come back and buy another Equinox. Okay, understand the power of that. Okay, it was more so than a RAV4. So pretty interesting to see that information on there. Puts it into perspective of what this industry is going to be like 5 years from now. It's pretty crazy to see what it's going to be like. And I'm curious what your thoughts are on it. So questions, comments, anything you got, put them below. Thanks for watching.